Okay, so this lab is basically about the visualizing data with Google Data Studio. Again, in this lab, like we will use the Google Data Studio service of the GCP platform, and we will visualize some charts, some graphs, some pie charts. But in this lab, our data resides in the MySQL database. So in the previous lab, we also use the Google Data Studio service to visualize some data, but in the previous lab our data resides in the BigQuery and we use the BigQuery connector tool. In this lab our data will reside in the MySQL. Okay, so let's start the lab. Copy password, open Google console. These are the normal step for which is applicable for each and every lab. So first we need the so there are two things which we need. One is the Google Data Studio, so we should know like how to open the Google Data Studio, and second thing is the MySQL. So as part of this lab, so they have already created, or you can say prepared, the MySQL instance for us, and they also prepared one database and one table as well. So if we want, like, we can also create. So agree and continue. So as part of this lab, we will see how to use the Google Data Studio to visualize data, and that data which is stored on the Cloud SQL or on MySQL. Like GCP provide like many SQL services like Postgres SQL, MySQL, but here in this lab we will see MySQL. Okay, so okay, let me show you first. Like they have already prepared a MySQL instance for us. So if I go to the databases and click on the SQL, so you could see like one SQL instance is already created for us, or we can create from here or from the command line. So if we open this flights instance, right, we could see the public IP address, and if you go to the database, one database already created for us, that is the BTS database. So you see the BTS database already created for us. These are the inbuilt databases, and one root user is already there. Yeah, one root user is already there, and they already set the password for the root user. So the basic structure is already ready for us. Okay, now and as part of this lab as well, they created one VM machine. So if you go to the compute engine and let me open in the new tab, so one VM machine is already created for us. If you want, you can create a new VM machine. Okay, if you open this, we can see the properties, like it is of N1 standard 1 type. It is located in the US Central 1A. It is using the Debian image. Basically it is a Linux machine, and they have already enabled the cloud SQL. So cloud like SQL API. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So what we will do is, so source is ready with us, right? Now we need to prepare some reports in the Google Cloud Studio, but before that let's explore the MySQL. So to explore the MySQL, like MySQL is ready, like we have two options. Either we can like use this activate cloud shell option and reconnect our like this, like when we click on this activate cloud shell, it will provide us a VM, an inbuilt VM, and using that VM we can connect to the MySQL instance, right? Or second option is like they have created a VM for us and we can SSH into the VM and we can connect to the MySQL instance. So let's SSH into the VM, and as part of this lab we need to use this VM because they have created for us. Okay, so we have SSH into the VM. Now let's scroll it. Okay, so to connect to the MySQL VM, so there are basically two things. Let me open the notepad. So cloud SQL instance already there, one VM is already there, right? Now we SSH into the VM. Now we will connect to the SQL instance. So to connect with SQL instance, so we know like as in the previous lab we see like we have to follow some basic step. First step is we need to give access to VM for SQL instance, so that VM can access the SQL instance, because the SQL is not installed on this VM. SQL is installed like globally, right? And VM is a different service, SQL is a different service. SQL is not installed on the VM, that is not installed on the locally, but it is globally. So first we need to give the access, and this is already given. Otherwise we can use the patch command. Patch command is used to basically. Now we will like connect to MySQL. So when we connect to the MySQL, so there is some command, so we will connect with MySQL within the VM, right? So when we go into the VM and type the MySQL command, so we need to give the IP. Okay, what is the IP of the SQL instance? So to which IP we need to connect? So we will give the IP, we will give the username, we will give the password. So let's see. Okay, so we are fetching the IP using the Qcloud SQL instance. So if we do echo $mysql IP, so we could see the IP 34.136.36.17, and it is basically the same IP of the MySQL. Let me show you. 34.136.36.37. So why like just for the easiness we saved the IP into some variable name, right? Even though this step is not like required, we can directly like issue the command like MySQL, and in the -- host we can directly give the IP. But when we generally do the automations, so we dynamically fetch the IP of the SQL instance, and we will like dynamically pass the IP address in the form of variable. So let's connect. So now it is asking for the password. So we are enter into the MySQL instance. So we connected with the MySQL using the VM. So we can see the databases, and we can see the flights. So we could see we have 27 rows, right? So we can issue the select count star from flights. So data already there in the flights table. Okay, now let's create a few views. So okay, so we created the few views. So like these are the flight data sets. So in the flights we have the like various columns, like the whether there is a arrival time, departure delay, like whether the flight departure delay that is greater than 10 minutes, greater than 15 minutes, greater than 20 minutes, right? So we have created like three different views. So create view and delay 10, and like we created this view using this SQL query, that is select star from flights where departure delay is greater than 10, and we created two more views, that is the delayed 15 and where the departure delay is greater than 15, and we created one more view delayed 20 where the departure delay is 20. So views are ready, and now we exit it. Now we need to, so our SQL instance is ready, it is already ready. We just like logged in into explore it, and we created a three views. Now we will open the data studio, which is the main purpose of this lab, to prepare the report. So this is the URL, like datastudio.google.com. so there are two options. Either we can click on the blank report and agree to the terms and condition, and yes to all, and if we re-click on the blank report, it will ask the okay, what is the source of the data, whether it is the BigQuery, whether it is the Google Sheet, whether it is the MySQL, right? So we have so many options. And the second thing is, if we click on this data sources, like, so we have this reports tab, right? So we have the data sources tab as well. So if we click on the data sources, and there is a create option here, so create, and we create a new data source. So the same window will appear. Now we will use the cloud SQL. We will authorize it, and here they are asking the okay, which cloud instance, give me the name or IP, give me the database, give me the username, give me the password. So we will pick everything from here. Instance name, database name BTS, username is root, and password is password. So let me copy the password. Right, and I will authenticate. Now when we authenticate this, so it already show okay, the flights table already created for us, these three view we created. So let's select the flight. So we do need to select the flights now. Yeah, click the flight table and click to connect. So we connected with the flights table and click to the connect. So it will show me some visualization table. It is taking some time. Okay, so we have connected with the flight database. Okay, so they have mentioned one thing. So first thing is that we see all the 27 row dimension. In this lab they have mentioned wrong, they have mentioned 28, because we have already seen when we connect with the VM, we see we have the 27 fields, right? So they mentioned it wrong here, 28 fields. And they told that okay, we have the one field, that is the fly date. So if we go to that and we search for the fly date, let's scroll it. So this is the fly date. So it is already in the date format. So they told that it is in the text format and we can change into the date format. If it is in the text format, we can change, we can just click on this and we can go to the date and time and we can select the date, but it is already given is in the date format. I'm checking the correct field. Flight date, yeah, flight date. Now they told that we need to rename the report. So you see the report name is this, just add, copy the name. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Create report. Add to report. So by default what Google Studio did is even in the last lab we also see when our source is BigQuery, we see the by default it gave us a one table structure, right? And how it automatically pick this field. So it automatically put one or two fields from out of the 27 fields. I'm not sure on what basis it took. So it took the dimension as the unique career. So dimension as the unique career, and the metric, okay, metric is the record count. So now they mention okay, let's explore a few more things, let's try to add some different kind of graphs, like a scatter graph, right? Scatter chart, pie chart, bar chart. So we will try to add. So they said that click on add chart and select the scatter chart option from the drop down. So this is the add chart. So we will see so many charts will be. No, 1 minute. Why it is taking this? Okay, add chart. Okay, I am clicking on the add data, sorry, it is add chart. So when I click on the add chart, I need to select this scatter one. So where is the scatter? So here is the scatter chart. So in the scatter we have this scatter and the bubble chart. So we need to select the scatter chart. So scatter chart is created for us. I will leave my cursor. So and it will by default show me this record count only and the unique career. So but they told that we need some another fields for this scatter chart, that the metric x is the departure delay and metric y is the arrival delay, and dimension is the unique career. So dimension is the unique career, that is okay, but 1 minute, but metric x is departure delay. So if we go here metric x and click on this, we will change the metrics for the particular graph departure delay, because this graph is selected. So this metric will change only for this particular graph, because see, still for the earlier graph we are able to see the record count metric. If you click on this, so you will see the record count. If you click on this graph, you will see the departure delay, and the second metric is the arrival delay. So we will change the arrival delay. Yeah, so that is the scatter graph, that is the x-axis and y-axis. So in the on the x-axis we select the arrival departure delay, and on the y-axis we select the arrival delay. Okay, and it is for the unique carrier, like we have the these are the the flight name. I think the US flight, maybe Delhi flight, I'm not sure. So these are the carriers name. Okay, hover your mouse over the data type icon, sum of the metric x property. Okay, so here the sum, do we need to change it? Okay, they told that like already it is a sum, but we will make it as an average. So if you want to change it, so just click on it, make it an average. Okay, do we need to change for the other as well? No, we need to change only for the metric x. Okay, now same we need to do for the metric y. So for the metric y as well, we will select the average. Okay, now so we can change some styling as well. So if you go to the right hand side, so we see we are out we are changing the data property, which data we want to show. We can change the styling property as well, like which style we want to show, right? So in the styling property, what they have mentioned to us, 1 minute. In the style menu, click the trend line drop box and select linear. Trend line drop box. Trend line drop box and select linear, so it shows some linear line as well. Okay, and one more thing, like they told that to make it interactive, we can select the date range control as well. So if we go to the add a control, in the add a control, so we have the date range control as well. So let's leave it here or anywhere, let's leave it here, date control. So the date range is selected, so we can dynamically select the date, and this graph will automatically change. So let me show you. So let's view the graph, just click on the view. So see, we can select the start date and the end date. So in this lab they told us to select some particular date. They told okay, click on the view, and they told the 1st Jan to 28 Feb. So let's select the date. First Jan 2015. Okay, 2015 Jan 1st, and here 2015 only, but till Feb 28th, and apply. You will automatically see the graph will change. I apply it. So the data will be automatically a change. If I select rather than 28, I will select, let's suppose 1st Feb. See, the data changes, right? So the 102,728. If I select now 28 Feb, so now it's a 192.14. So now we have made this interactive, right? So go back to the edit option. Okay, now the second thing is, let's add some additional charts. So this time they told that okay, go to the add a chart option, and now select the pie chart. So earlier we select the scatter chart, right? Now go to the add chart and we have the pie chart available. So just select the pie chart. So leave it anywhere like where we have the space. So I leave the pie chart. So automatically it pick this because the dimension here is the unique career, right? But we will select the dimension which is mentioned in the lab. So okay, before selecting the dimension, so they told that we will select those dimension 1 minute, let me show you one more thing. So here we are able to see inbuilt 27 dimensions, right? So but we can add the other dimensions as well. If we want, we can add the other field as well, but these fields will not be reflected in our database, but it will be reflected only for the Google Data Studio. So they told that we need to add a new field, and we will duplicate the array delay field. Okay, and we will add a new field, that is the is late, whether the flight is late or whether the flight is on time. Okay, so let's do that. So this graph is selected, so add a field, and note this. To duplicate it, I will go to the all the fields, array delay, and I duplicate it. Okay, if I duplicate it, you will see a copy of the array delay is created. So see, copy of the array delay is created, right? So now add a field. Now we need to add a new field, and the field name should be is late, and this is late has this formula, that is just a case statement. If the copy of array delay, that is the new field which we just duplicated, is less than 15, then we will say okay, this flight is on time. If it is greater than 15, then we will say the flight is late. Save it. So the new field will be added. Done, right? I think now we will change the dimension. Where our all the graph went? Why we are not able to see? Here we see something. Okay, now it is visible. No data, no data. Where the data go? 1 minute. Okay, now it is visible. So if we click on this, maybe we have selected a new field now, is late. So if we scroll here, where is late, the newly added field? Did not we added? We added now. So in the data dimension property, change the dimension to the islet only for the pie chart. So pie chart is selected. We created a new field of islet. Is it created or not? No, it is not created. So let's create a new field. I'll do one thing. Let me re-add. I think it's not saved. Something happened. Copy of arrival delay is here already there. So add a field is late. We have the formula and we save it and make it done. Okay, if we select the dimension, now we have the is late. But why the other data is not available? Maybe it will reflect after some time. Data studio has encountered a system error. This is now fine because like we see, okay, 78.7% of the flights are on time and 21% are on in late, and we are able to see the new field. We are able to see the copy of arrival delay as well. We are able to see the new field as well, that is the is late. But why this data is not visible? Let me view it. The pie chart shows the percentage of on time and the late flights. That is okay, but why the other? If you see the error, only numeric letters are allowed. Okay, no, we did not see this error, but I'm not sure like whether this is the expected behavior. I don't think it is the expected behavior. We added a new field. It doesn't mean that the old data we are unable to see because we are not showing. I'm not sure why this happened. Okay, I did the refresh. Now it is like able to show the data. Okay, so I just do the refresh of the data from here. Okay, so now they told that now we need to add the bar chart. So if we click on this and we have the, where is the bar chart? Here is the bar chart. We will show the bar chart, so leave it anywhere. So we have the bar chart. Now which dimension we will show in the bar chart? So in the metric 1, so like say add a chart and then select the bar chart, right? And in the metric 1 the departure delay, in the metric 2 arrival delay, in the metric 1 default departure delay and the arrival delay. So in the metric 1 departure delay and we will add another metric of arrival delay. and dimension is a unique career, so we will sort by a unique career and sort by ascending order only. Okay, so for this graph, dimension is unique career, okay, fine, and we will sort it by ascending order. So to I'm not sure how to scroll it. Same problem I faced earlier as well. So we will sort by unique career, and we will sort by ascending order. Okay, so we will see like the departure delay and the arrival delay. So this is done. Okay, so again like this, they told that okay, we can change the styles of the bar graph as well. So we already know how to change the styles. On the right hand panel we have the styles tab. So click on the style tab. Let me close this. So but make sure like this particular graph is selected, for which we need to change the style. So we click on the style tab. So we see here vertical and the horizontal. So we can choose the vertical, we can choose the horizontal, we can choose the vertical. So it's up to us like which form we want. Okay, now they told that create a additional dashboard. So till now what we did is, if we go to the data here, if you see our data source is flight table, but you remember like we created the 3 views as well, like delayed 10, delayed 20 and delayed 15. So they told that we will create a few more charts here, but for those chart we will change the data source as well. Okay, we will in the beginning of the lab, like we created the 3 table views. Right now we will use those table views. First we will use the delayed 10 table view. Okay, their chart is look something like this bar chart, but our chart is look something very, 1 minute, let me try to expand it. It is not looking correct to me. Departure delay, arrival delay only, fine, but why it is not starting from the 0 and rather than the starting from the in the horizontal, it is correct only. It is starting from 0. Okay, 0 is here. Oh, I think we need to change something. Maybe some x-axis. Yeah, so we select the axis minimum 0. Now it is showing correct. Okay, Now we will choose the some another data source, we click on the outside. We need to click on the here add data, or we will okay. They told that first copy the pie chart and the bar chart. Okay, let me copy it, and let's scroll down and let's paste it. Okay, now for these only we will change the source. So select the second pie chart and change the source. Okay, so I have selected the second pie chart, and if you click on the source, and add data, and the cloud SQL only, SQL, cloud SQL, and instance name is, copy the instance name, copied. What happened? My system got hanged. Let's wait because my system got hanged. 2 minutes. We just need to follow the same step, that is copy the instance name, database name, root, that is the username, that is the root, and then the password, and the same step we will follow. But this time again we will draw the pie chart and the bar chart, but this time the source is our delay 10. So when we select the flight table from this section, we will select the delay 10. 1 minute, let me cancel it. Even I'm not unable to click on the cancel. What happened? Yeah, okay, it is something happening. Pause the recording. 1 minute. Name is BTS, username is root, and the password is, oh my god, screen also went. It opened in some another tab. Anyhow, no problem. The password is password. Authenticate, and this time we will select the delay 10. Click on add. add to report. Okay. Let me do one thing. So this is a delay 10. So that I can choose my correct report, right? So this is delay 10. Now which dimension we need to select? Okay, they told that like in the delay 10 as well, like we need to do the same thing, that is we need to add a new field, that is the is late field, and we need to copy the first duplicate the array delay, and we will take the that copy reference here in the formula. Okay, let's do the same thing. So let's add a field. So go back to the all fields. So is it all delay, arrival delay? Yeah, arrival delay, and make a copy, that is a duplicate. So we will see here definitely copy of arrival delay, and copy of arrival delay is done, and click on add field, and field name is late, and formula is, let me copy the formula. So this is the formula. Let's save it and make it done. And we will select the dimension is late. Why it not added every time in the first instance? Copy of, okay, I refresh it now. I think it is visible. No, yeah, copy of arrival delay is visible, but is late is not visible. Let me re-add is late. Done. And dimension is, oh my god, where is your result? What is happening? Change the dimension for the delay 10 to the, for the new pie chart to the is late calculate field. So for the delay 10 we need to change the dimension to the is late. We added the field, but still we are unable to see here. Did we able to see here? Copy of arrival delay is here. Is late is not here. What happened? Refresh your data. No, we don't have an is late field. Can we create a field from here? Is late formula apply. Yeah, now it's reflected. So we'll see for the delay 10. So it has some less data, so we see 72% and 27%. Okay, so they told that like the same thing, like we can like play with the delayed 15 and delayed 20, right? So what we can do is like we can copy the same graph, or we can create a new graph, then we can select that particular graph, and then we can like change the data source. Even for this one, like let me change the data source, that is the delayed 10. So we can change the data source, and we can play accordingly, right? So we can view our the report here. So this is the whole report which we have like prepared. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the video, and that is the end of the lab. So in this lab, like we will see how to use the Google Data Studio facility, how to like connect with the MySQL instance rather than the BigQuery, because in the last lab we see how to connect with the BigQuery, but in this lab how to connect with the MySQL, that is using the MySQL Cloud MySQL connector. And we see like how to select the tables, how to change the data source, how to change the style for the particular graph, how to add a new field as well. So we learn a lot of things in this lab, right? So let me pause the video, let me finish the video.